In the last episode that I did on my E36 Turbo LS swap, we put the air conditioning compressor in and ran all of the lines. But when I went to go charge the system, the compressor wouldn't kick on.
Fuck me in the ass. Fuck you, you stupid cunt. Monkey licking.
So in this episode, we're going to diagnose why, and we're going to get the compressor kicked on, and hopefully we will finally have air conditioning back in the GMW. Let's get into it. So after doing hours upon hours of reading the entire manual on this thing, I figured out that the actual AC unit, even though you can press the button inside the car and turn it on, it actually still runs through the DME and gets grounded through the K19 relay in the fuse box through the DME. So there is a workaround around it, and I'll explain what I did, how I did it, and how I'm able to get the actual AC compressor to kick on when I flick a button.
Yeah, this button right here, when you press it, it does light up, but it doesn't trigger anything. And there's an actual module behind this that I actually have to splice the wire off of that and run it to a dedicated wire inside to trigger a relay to turn on the compressor clutch. So I have to do that separately. All right, so I'm going to give you a little rundown of the wiring reroute that I did. So the AC relay is relay K19. This is the original one. The only downside is getting access to the panel and everything was kind of a pain. So I jerry-rigged this in temporary fashion, but I guess it could be permanent if I really wanted it to. I looked up the wiring for this relay, and this pin there that's all the way on the right is pin 85. That has to get 12 volts. So that gets 12 volts. The rest of the system will work. Those two pins are also used as well. And what I did was I took this relay here and just kind of extended this out. The only difference is that middle one normally gets grounded through the DME, which I no longer got. So what I did was I just ran a ground wire to here, and when I hit that with 12 volts, the compressor kicked on. So what I ended up doing inside was, I guess it's not perfect, but I bypassed it, and I don't have the factory button functional anymore, but I still have the switch here that used to be my scramble button. If I click this up, that clicks on my AC compressor. And if the conditions aren't met, it will shut off. But as long as my conditions are met, which they are, my pressure switches all still work through that system, I believe, and we have air conditioning, or at least the compressor kicks on. Now, the only thing is I got to charge the system and take it for a drive and see if it actually works.
Since we're focusing so much on AC in this video, I want to send a special shout out to Phil, the AC man, who's located in Stillwater, New York. Phil, the AC man, has been doing air conditioning in cars, trucks, and SUVs for over 35 years and has probably forgotten more about air conditioning than you're ever going to know. I recently had an issue on my New Edge Mustang drift car, and he was great. I was able to bring the car to him, and he did a full diagnosis on the car to be able to figure out where my AC leak was. So if you're having air conditioning issues on your car, truck, SUV, you name it, make sure to reach out to Phil, the AC man in Stillwater, New York, and he can help you get your car cold again.
I let it run. I charged the system. I was a little nervous because it wasn't coming out hot. Cold. It was coming out kind of hot. The car was up to temperature, and I was like, damn. I checked. I had one little leak with my sniffer, tightened it up. I'm like, there's no leaks on this thing. The sniffer didn't see any leaks, which is a really cool tool if you guys haven't gotten one. I'll put a link to my whole AC kit that I got in the description below. Didn't find any leaks. So I said, you know what, maybe because I don't have the fan kicking on, maybe if it's just sitting here, it's heat soaked, that condenser is not getting any air, maybe that's why it's not cooling. So I cleaned up everything, I took it for a ride, and lo and behold, this thing is blowing cold. I have AC in this car again. I'm so stoked, I'm gonna drive it everywhere. Only downside, I have a couple kinks to work out. I gotta weld up the charge pipe, and I have to get the IAT sensor welded on it. And then we should be good to go. I mean, this thing's got AC in it now. Turbo LS BMW with AC. I'm so stoked. It's on a 95-degree day like today. It was ice cold in there. So I'm so happy. Shoved the IAT sensor up here while we were driving around. It got really, really hot there because I know that's just stagnant air and passing through here. The air is obviously going to be denser and cooler.
I was able to have Kyle from W Fabrication be able to weld up this pipe. He connected the two of them together so it goes down and over, and my IAT sensor he placed underneath this so I'm able to run the wire down here so it doesn't stick up so I can actually shut my hood. It actually came out great. The only downside about it is you're not going to be able to see any of his welds, but they're probably the best welds that have ever been on the car. So if you're looking to have any welding work done, check out W Fabrication. I'll put his Instagram handle in the description below.
So now that I got AC in this thing, the next thing I want to do is actually put the radio back in it, because since I've had this car, the radio has not worked at all. So we're actually going to put Apple CarPlay, navigation, Bluetooth in this puppy. So make sure you stay tuned, because that's what we're going to do in a future episode. And if you can't wait until next week's episode, make sure to check out these videos that I already have ready to go.